Well, I'm glad you're back. And for my family members, you are forced to be back. Because I told you, you got to watch this. Chapter 2 is mind-blowing. And this is how the setting of the first interview of Glenn Clark and Walter Russell. Now, when he walks into his home, he's seeing statues, paintings, drawings, writings, books. In his mind, he's going like, this all can't be the work of one man. But it is. And then he sits down and he goes on like this. There was a tremendous modesty in the man as he spoke, a quietness, a dignity. There was a simplicity and honesty, an unself-consciousness, and a tremendous peace. I could see at once that if I could find the secret of his power, I would have something to give to the world that would be priceless. Listen, folks, as this interview goes on. He says, when we seated ourselves in the midst of his pictures and statues, I turned to him. Goodness gracious, he says, can you give me the secret of your life? I asked. He hesitated and then replied, yes. I believe sincerely that every man has consummate genius within him. Some appear to have it more than others, only because they are aware of it more than others are. The awareness or unawareness of it is what makes each one of them into masters or holds them down to mediocrity. I believe that mediocrity is self-inflicted and genius is self-bestowed. And I stopped and immediately I thought about what's even in your Bible. In Matthew 25:15, it talked about how the Lord gave 3 servants the parable of the talents. He gave one servant 5 talents. He gave another one 2, another one 1. The one that had 1 talent buried it. He was unaware of his talent. The one that had 2 and 5, they were aware of it. The one that had 2 multiplied it to 2 more. He had 4. The one that had 5 multiplied it to 5 more. He had 10. God is going to give you a talent. Now, in the parable, it talks about talent as money. But you can take it as talent. And God's going to give you at least 1. Are you aware of it? Or are you unaware of it? Now, it goes on. Now, that's just one nugget. It goes on. It says, every successful man that I've known, and I have known a great many, carries with him a key which unlocks that awareness and lets in a universal power that has made him into a master. Glenn Clark asked him, what is that key? I asked. He says, the key is desire. When it is released into the great eternal energy of the universe. Can you explain more fully what you mean by that? I would ask the same thing. He said, I found out that the real essentials of greatness in men are not written in books, nor are they found in schools. They are written into the inner consciousness of everyone who intensely searches for perfection in creative achievement and are understandable to such men only. Successful men of all ages have learned to multiply themselves by gathering thought energy into high potential and using it in the direction of purpose intended. Every successful man or great genius has 3 particular qualities in common. Write these down. 1, the most conspicuous of these is that they produce a prodigious amount of work. That's a whole lot of work, more than one man seemed to do. The second is that they never know fatigue. And the third is that their minds grow more brilliant as they grow older instead of less brilliant. Say great men's lives begin at 40, where mediocre man's life ends. And we're going to stop right there. That's not even all that's in chapter 2. It gets deep. It gets deep. But we're going to end right there. Again, this is Teach Family First. And I call it Teach Family First is because if you don't teach your family first, nobody will. Peace. And get this book, The Man Who Tapped the Secrets in the Universe. You can pick it up at Amazon.com. I don't mind giving them a plug because great company. And I get a lot of my books there. Couple of bucks. The Man Who Tapped the Secret of the Universe. And we're going to go over chapter 3 in the next video. Peace. It gets better. It gets better. I promise you, it gets better.